Good evening, hockey fans. Welcome back into the Neutral Zone here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. It is here, it is upon us. The Frozen Frenzy. All 32 teams, 16 games across the NHL tonight. One has gone final. Several are going on right now. And 5 more will be starting before the night is done. We will do our absolute best to keep up with as many of them as we can, but also then bring in some stories and some things from across the league in the last week. But we're also not just going to talk NHL tonight. No, we've got the Women's Professional Hockey League debuted its logo earlier today. I want to talk about that a little bit, and we'll see what other fun and crazy, wacky things we will find from the hockey world to fill the next 57 minutes or so here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into the Neutral Zone. Buckle it on up. Let's go. Hello and good evening, everyone. I am your host, Adam Karnick. Welcome on into the Neutral Zone. Zach Puplis has got the night off, so it'll be just a solo show here tonight, but I promise we are going to have lots of fun going around the hockey world as everybody is playing tonight. So there will be plenty to keep us moving, keep us entertained, keep the show moving. Before we get any further, of course, we do want to acknowledge and thank our sponsor here at IE Sports Radio, Planet Jerky Premium Brisket Beef Jerky. Planet Jerky is the official jerky of the 2022 California League champion Lake Elsinore Storm, the Single A affiliate of the San Diego Padres. This all brisket jerky has gluten-free options, contains no MSG, no sodium nitrate, is low in sugar, and high in protein. This is some of the best jerky you can get your hands on. All you have to do is visit planetjerky.net to place your order with flavors ranging from classic barbecue, volcanic jalapeno, Carolina Reaper. There is something for everybody's taste buds and heat meters. Once again, check them out, planetjerky.net to place your order. Planet Jerky Premium Brisket Beef Jerky, the jerky that's on a whole other planet. For the last 9.5 years now, IE Sports Radio has brought you amazing content ranging from interviewing legendary athletes, coaches, and other authorized media personnel to building tailor-made shows dedicated to all major sports cities around the country. Make sure to follow us at IE Sports Radio on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok to keep up with the latest sports and with all of our shows. Also, check out our daily updated website, iesportsradio.com, for sports news, the IE Sports Radio blog, our Hall of Fame, Fans of the Month, pages dedicated to each of our shows, our IE Sports Radio community forum, and stop by the shop and check out the merchandise. Thank you for making IE Sports Radio your direct feed for all that is sports. You heard how to follow along with the station on social media. This show is also available for you on the social media platforms. Follow along on X at IESR Neutral Zone. You can also follow along with Zach on X. He is at the Pupless, or you can follow along with me on X. I am at Adam_Karnick. All right. So here we are. This is one of the craziest days on the hockey calendar. The NHL doesn't typically do this, but we've got it here tonight. All 32 teams are in action here tonight. So regardless of who your team is, you've got a game to be following. We've had one game go final already. The Toronto Maple Leafs defeated the Washington Capitals 4-1. The Maple Leafs already 8 points on the season. They are 4-2-0. Washington falls to 1-3-1, just 3 points in their first 5 games. Ovechkin did score for the Capitals. He got career goal number 823, so getting closer and closer yet to Wayne Gretzky's number. Austin Matthews scored again, his 7th goal of the season, his first one that didn't come in a hat trick. His first goal in the last 4 games now for the Maple Leafs. He took a few games off, but he still now has already 7 goals on the season. The Maple Leafs, just 17 shots on net, but they made them count, burying 4 of them. 2 of them came on 2 of their 4 goals came on the power play. None of them were, they were all 4 of the 5 goals coming in the second period in that game. The Maple Leafs got out to a 4-0 lead before Ovechkin scored on the power play with just 11 seconds left to go in the second period. But then Joseph Woll was terrific in net tonight for the Maple Leafs. 36 saves on the night. Only didn't give up a single even ice goal. Like we said, made 36 saves on the night. A terrific job for Joseph Woll. He got one of the stars of the night for in that game. I'm just wanting to pull up how many of the saves came in the third period. I was trying to look at the box score real quickly, and it's fighting me a little bit. Another one of the saves he made, Ovechkin had a penalty shot in the game, and you would think that's definitely a little bit of a goalie's worst nightmare there, to have Alexander Ovechkin coming down at you to take a penalty shot, but Woll was able to stand tall, get the save, and it was only 1-0 at that point. So a big stop at that moment in the game. So great, terrific job by Joseph Woll overall. Only needed to make 8 saves in the third period, 17 saves in the first period, 28 saves over the first 2 periods. Outstanding job for Joseph Woll tonight for the Maple Leafs. So excellent job there. We've got other game, a bazillion games are going on right now, are active currently right now. We'll do a quick rundown. I'm not going to try to keep up with every single game going on tonight in the show. We're only on for a little bit, so I'm not going to try to give you every single goal of every single game right now tonight. But currently, with just under 7 minutes to play in the first, the Bruins and the Blackhawks are scoreless. The Blackhawks currently on a power play. The Buffalo Sabres all over the Ottawa Senators. They are certainly going to win that, as we are under 5 minutes to play there. Buffalo 5, Ottawa 1. With 12 minutes to go in the game, Tampa Bay up 2-0 on Carolina. Barré-Boulet and Braden Point, the two goal scorers to this point for Tampa Bay. And the second intermission, New Jersey is on top of Montreal 2-1. With just basically the end of the second period, the Dallas Stars up 2-1 on Pittsburgh. Just under 6 minutes to go in the second, San Jose and Florida are tied at 1 apiece, though Florida is about to go on a power play. Avalanche and Islanders are tied at 2 with 15 and a half minutes to go in the second period there in Long Island. First intermission, Seattle and Detroit scoreless. End of the first, the Blue Jackets on top of the Ducks 1-0. Burnstrom, the lone goal there for Columbus. 9 minutes to go in the first. The Blues and the Jets are scoreless. And then the only other game active right now is with just under 19 minutes to go in the first period. Edmonton already up 1-0 on Minnesota. The first shot of the game, Bouchard getting his second goal of the season, basically to start the game off 1-0 in favor of Edmonton. And that's a perfect place for us to start because I want to talk about the Edmonton Oilers first. It's outstanding and amazing that we've got everybody going tonight, so you know that you're able to, no matter who you root for, whose sweater you wear, you know you've got a game to watch tonight. Evan Bouchard, his second of the season. But there is one big, conspicuous name missing from all the action tonight, and that is, of course, the reigning Hart Trophy winner from Edmonton, Connor McDavid. McDavid got injured over the weekend and is obviously missing today. He is almost certainly going to miss Edmonton's next game as well. However, even though it was originally thought that he would be out possibly as much as 2 weeks, they have not ruled Edmonton. Edmonton has not ruled McDavid out for the Heritage Classic this Sunday. Coach Woodcroft said yesterday, "I've learned when it comes to Connor, nothing is off the table." So even though they originally thought he could miss as many as 2 weeks worth of games due to this injury, he is instead, it's very possible that he's going to play against Calgary in the outdoor Commonwealth Stadium there in Edmonton for the first outdoor game of the season. So even though it originally sounded like McDavid was going to miss some serious time, he'll be back. This is so very unusual to not have Connor McDavid out there for games. It's the first time in 3 years that he's missing time. The last time he missed a game was the last game of a regular season where it was Edmonton had everything wrapped up, secured, and they just wanted to make sure that he didn't get hurt as they were about to go on a playoff run. That's the last time he missed a game. Evander Kane is then going to take McDavid's spot on the power play for the Oilers. The Oilers off to a bit of a sluggish start on the year, 1-3-1 overall. They're also, instead of replacing him with a forward, they will skate with 7 defensivemen going forward against the Wild tonight. They've got 7 defensivemen dressed, and I would imagine that's also what they will do later this week when Edmonton plays its next game on Thursday. when the Oilers play host to the New York Rangers Thursday night. So no Connor McDavid. You knew when you saw him go down over the weekend, you had a feeling that it was going to be a while, and the team even said it could be up to 2 weeks. But McDavid has not ruled out the outdoor game this weekend. So we will see. We will see what that comes to. That'll be Sunday night, 7:00 Eastern time, 4:00 Pacific, between the Oilers and the Flames. Here in the U.S., that'll be available on TBS. So that should be a good one to watch, a good matchup to follow and keep along with. All right, we are going to take our first break here on the Neutral Zone, and then I want to kind of go over a little bit of just what this is for the NHL, and is this something that they should do more of? Is this a good thing for the sport to have every single team active and playing a game on the same day? Is this the right way to grow the NHL? We will discuss that a little bit on the other side of this break. You are listening to the Neutral Zone here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. We'll be right back after this.
IE Sports Radio fans, it's your boy, the SoCal Saint, the host of the premier professional wrestling podcast online today, the IE Elite Wrestling Show. If you're a fan and have a passion for the world of professional wrestling, this is the show for you. I take you inside the ropes with all the athleticism, high-flying, and hard-hitting action, and then we take it backstage with all the backstage drama and backstabbing that goes on in the world of professional wrestling today. If something's going on in the world of professional wrestling, rest assured, the SoCal Saint knows what's going on, and he's going to let you know too. If you're a fan, check us out every Tuesday, 12 p.m. Central Standard Time, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, only on IE Sports Radio. The IE Elite Wrestling Show, your direct feed for all that is professional wrestling, on the only network that is your direct feed for all that is sports. Check us out.
All right. Welcome to AZ Sports Daily. I'm your host, Kiernan Daly, bringing the heat to Arizona sports. There's no discrimination here. We're going to talk about every sports team, professional and college. The show is all about you, the listener. I'm here to entertain you. Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here? It's going to be fun, high energy. You may not agree with what I say. That's okay. Let me hear you. Let's talk about it. Join me every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, right here on AZ Sports Daily. That's AZ Sports, D-A-L-E-Y, and at IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
What up, Boston sports fans? This is Mikey Two Guns here, your host of Our Bleepin' City, airing every Wednesday night from 7 to 8 p.m. right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Please join me. We'll talk everything Boston sports, all the local teams, college teams. I'm even down to talk MMA, boxing, whatever you guys want. So join me every Wednesday night, 7 to 8 p.m. Chime in with your questions on the chat, tweet the show. We'll even have call-ins. I can't wait to hear from you guys. This is going to be a lot of fun. So once again, it's Our Bleepin' City. I am your host, Mikey Two Guns, every Wednesday night from 7 to 8 p.m. right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. See you soon, people.
Hello, sports fans. It's me, your boy Larry B, and I want to walk you through the world of sports. No, not just the mainstream major TV deal type sports, although those are important too. But let me be your guide through your journey of all sports, from college to the pros, the minors, and everything in between. Each week, we are talking sports galore with true diehards just like you from a hardcore fan's perspective that's sure to quench your thirst around leagues you may know all too well and some you may even discover here. That's right, sports fans. If you love sports of all kinds, enjoy hearing amazing sports stories, and respect all sports because you know how difficult any of them can be to play or compete in, then this is your show. Join me, your boy Larry B, on the defining moment each week here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports, and let the sports come to you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Daryl Kinsey Jr., and I'm welcoming you to take another lap with the fastest show on IE Sports Radio. Yes, this is the Extra Mile with me and my co-hosts Christopher Lehman and Michael Ward. We talk everything racing from NASCAR to IndyCar to Formula One to limited hydroplanes, endurance racing, the NHRA, and more. So come join us for an hour of great racing talk and a lot of fun as well on the Extra Mile, Thursdays at 8 p.m. only on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
And welcome back into the neutral zone, ladies and gentlemen. Adam Karnick flying solo here tonight. Zach Pupless has the night off, but still, that doesn't mean we can't have some fun here on the show and enjoy the frenzied atmosphere that we have here tonight due to every team in the NHL playing a game here tonight. It looked like during the break, we had a Connor Bedard goal in the Chicago game, but unfortunately it got ruled offside on a Boston challenge. Boo. So one thing that came to mind as I was getting ready for the show here tonight and getting ready for this. Obviously, this is a rarity that you have every single team active on the same day. But it's not rare in the U.S. sports world. Obviously, we see MLB, this happens basically every single day in the spring and summer months. You know, it's just basically a foregone conclusion that if it's Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you're going to have every team in action, just about. On Fridays, far more often than not, you're going to have every team in action. Monday and Thursday are going to be your off days, basically, in the MLB. And the NFL, of course, oh my goodness. You know, yes, you've got an isolated game on Thursday, you have an isolated game on Monday, but otherwise you have everybody going on Sunday afternoons or mid-afternoon or Sunday evening. You know that everybody's going to be playing. So is this good for the NHL? Is this the right way to go about doing it? As I'm taking a look, I am keeping up a little bit on the scoreboard a little bit here, and boy, things have gotten interesting in Ottawa as the Senators have scored 3 goals in a span of about 4 minutes. It is 5-4 with 62 seconds left to go. Buffalo trying to hang on by a thread here against the Senators. Keep an eye on that one as they get ready to wrap up there. But is this really is this really the best way forward for the NHL? Obviously, you've got the fun, and ESPN is doing, the 9 hours or whatever they're doing of hockey. And of course, Sportsnet Canada is going all for it and going nuts. It is Hockey Day as well as Hockey Night in Canada, and it's a lot of fun. But then you look at the calendar. You've got obviously 16 today. You had one game yesterday, 2 games on Sunday, and you've got only one game tomorrow. So you've got all this momentum that you build up by promoting this and getting ready for it. But football, obviously, it's planned and expected. Hey, you're only going to play once a week. You go from Sunday to Sunday, Sunday to Sunday, and occasionally you get those Thursdays or Mondays built in to your schedule. MLB, baseball, that is a game that it's expected you're going to play it every single day. Hockey's not like that, though. You can't play hockey every single day. If you want to kill your players, of course you could try and do it, I suppose. If the players union suddenly just lost its mind and decided to allow it, you could try to do it, but you'd run out of players super fast. So you have to then, as a result, in order to make this work, you kind of know that you've got to have some days leading up to it where there's really not gonna be very much going on. And you had 30 of the 32 teams participate on Saturday, but then you had, just the 2 games on Sunday, the 1 game yesterday, the 1 game tomorrow. Now it'll pick back up as we get closer to the weekend. We'll have 15 games again on Saturday, and next Tuesday we've got 10 games going on. So you've got games, you've got nights built in there for that. But it's going to be interesting to see, because I did see some stuff on Twitter or X, depending on what you want to, how you want to refer to it, where you've got people upset that, hey, why is there only 1 game on Monday night? And I'm sure we'll have some of it tomorrow too, where it'll be, oh my gosh, we had all this great, we had everybody play last night, and now we get to Wednesday, and now you get to Wednesday, and the only game is the TNT game of the week. The Capitals and the Devils. That'll be the only game going on in the NHL tomorrow night. So there will be some complaining about trying to build momentum and then not being able to sustain that momentum as you keep going, due to just the nature that hockey can't be an everyday game. So it's going to be interesting to see what the result of it is. Ultimately, though, I do think this is ultimately great for the NHL to do this, once or twice a season. As I take a quick peek at the full calendar here, I want to see if they're doing it again at any point this season where we're going to have every single team in action. Yes, we will have this again in January 13th. We're going to have every single team will be playing. And that's actually, there's not going to be as big of a letdown because you've got 2 games the night before that and 2 games the night after. But that's a Saturday night. Right away then on Monday, you've got 10 games right away again. And the Thursday before, you've got 13. So you're not winding up with just one lone isolated game by itself after you have everybody in the league playing again on the same day. So you can make it work, and I feel like that's kind of what you need to do in order to make it work, is you've got to limit the number of times that you have just one game on at any point. And you want to have, obviously it's tough, when the back end of a back-to-back, and you can't promise that, oh, well, we'll just make sure that you're at home. Well, if everybody played, it's harder to make that happen because somebody's going to have to travel, unless they figure out a way to play these games virtually, I suppose. No, I don't want them to figure out how to do that. No. That would not be. Don't listen to me. Bettman, don't listen. I know that's not a good idea. I was kidding. Don't try to turn this into a thing here. And I believe we did just have, did I see that? Did I see that Buffalo held on? I'm looking at my scoreboard right now. I apologize for the little bit of a delay here. Yes, Buffalo did hold on. We've got another final. So our second final of the evening, the Buffalo Sabres held on a mad rush from Ottawa there at the end. The Senators scored 3 goals in a span of 3.5 minutes to make it close. And Ottawa even went on a power play at the end of regulation, but Tage Thompson got the shorthanded empty netter to end the game, and Buffalo holds on to win. So we'll do a little bit of breakdown here from this game, our second final here on this Frozen Frenzy Tuesday across the NHL. We'll break down this game a little bit, and then we will take our second break of the evening. Overall, Ottawa outshot Buffalo 38-24 in this one. 19 shots for the Senators in that third period. Half their shots for the game coming in the final 20 minutes, averaging basically a shot a minute. That's outstanding for Ottawa. Buffalo was 1 for 2 on the power play. Ottawa 0 for 4 on the power play tonight. Obviously, that is going to come back and haunt the Senators in that one. Scoring-wise, Jeff Skinner had 2 goals for Buffalo. Elsewhere, I'm looking up other point totals for the night. You had Middlestat also had a pair of assists for the Sabres as they got the win tonight. Skinner, the 2 goals. Tage Thompson, 2 goals and an assist on the night for him. And then also Alex Tuck had a goal and an assist as well on the season. Owen Power, his 3rd assist. Jokin Haru, an assist as well on the night. For the Senators, Matthew Joseph, a goal and an assist. That made it 5. His goal made it 5-4. The Senators came back to try and get back all the way and just couldn't quite do it. Vladimir Tarasenko also a goal and an assist tonight. Anton Forsberg only 13 saves before he got pulled. And then Korpisalo came on and got the final 5 saves for the Senators in the third period there. So Buffalo, the 6-4 winner over Ottawa, but things got dicey there at the end. Buffalo improving to 3-4-0 on the season. Ottawa falls to 3-3. So both teams with 6 points on the season. All right, we are going to take one more break, and then when we come back, we're obviously going to keep talking hockey, but we are going to talk about the women's game a little bit on the other side of this break. You are listening to the Neutral Zone here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. We'll be right back after this.
Are you a fan of Buffalo sports? Are you thinking of changing loyalties and becoming a Buffalo sports fan? Do you even know where Buffalo is on the map? Did you know Canada is closer to Buffalo than New York City? Welcome to the Buffalo Huddle, every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 4 p.m. Pacific Coast Time on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. I'm your host, Patty Bax. This is a podcast designed for you, the passionate sports fan. I know you love your sports. Who doesn't? I cover Buffalo sports and so much more by bringing in the human elements. I call it Buffalo Sports with a Twist. Join me as we take a journey into the world of Buffalo sports. I guarantee you'll fall in love with Buffalo just like I did. Each week we start with an inspiration, question of the day, a Buffalo fun fact, and a weekly challenge to you, the listener. Come huddle up with me every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 4 p.m. Pacific Coast Time for the Buffalo Huddle with Patty Bax on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. As we say in Buffalo, go Bills!
What's up, sports fans? You're listening to IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. I'm your favorite West Coast Wisconsinite, Bernie Bango, and if you're a cheesehead, come listen to my show, Big Cheese Sports, where we road trip around America's Dairyland, previewing, reviewing, predicting, debating, and digging into all that is Wisconsin sports at the college and pro levels. Join me on IE Sports Radio, Sundays at 1 p.m. Central Standard. Bernie out.
What's good, fight fans? It's your boy, Marcus Los Rate, here to give you what you want. there to give ya what you need. Yeah, man. Yeah. I'm coming to you live, straight from your mama's basement with a crispy white tea. They're coming to you live every Tuesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Powered by IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Well, what is up, Carolina Nation? This is John Felipe of the Carolina Cast, of course, the podcast of, by, and for the Carolinas, right here on IE Sports, your direct feed for all that is sports. And I'm reminding you to tune in Fridays at 7 p.m. Eastern for the latest in Carolina sports, whether it's the Panthers that keep on pounding, the fly natures of the Hornets, the storming Hurricanes, the battle of the Blues with Duke and UNC, the fight of the Clemson Tigers, or the amazing atmosphere of any Carolina college. I'm talking App State, I'm talking ECU. I've got you covered. Once again, tune in for the Carolina Cast with me, John Felipe, Fridays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Hello, ladies and sinners. Hello, sports fans around the world. Hello, IE Sports family. This is Cale Henderson, the host of IE Vegas, the Sin City Sports Show, presented by IE Sports Radio. If you folks are interested in sports in the Vegas area, if you're wanting to have a blast for 1 hour every Tuesday night from 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time to 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, this is a show built for the Vegas sports fans, where we feature the Las Vegas Raiders, the Las Vegas Golden Knights, the Las Vegas Aces, and the University of Las Vegas, Nevada Rebels. Hopefully, fingers crossed, MLB team coming soon. Either way, if you folks are looking to have a blast for 1 hour each and every week, tune in Tuesday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time to 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you folks are interested in Vegas sports news, go to our Twitter, at SinCities_IESR, and you can speak with me, the host, Cale Henderson, at Cale_Henderson on Twitter. At any time, be happy to reply. Always willing to reach out to our fans. Again, the Sin City Sports Show, presented by IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
And welcome back into the Neutral Zone here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Adam Kernick here with you. Zach Puplis has the night off tonight. Just a couple more minutes here, about 10, 15 minutes or so left in the show tonight. This frozen, frenzied Tuesday night edition as the NHL has every team going tonight. We did have another game go final there during the break. The Tampa Bay Lightning blanked the Carolina Hurricanes 3-0. We'll get you stuff there. But before we get into that, I didn't want to do all NHL tonight. I did want to talk a little bit about the women's game, the Professional Women's Hockey League. It was a small thing that came out today, but they officially unveiled their logo this morning, and I wanted to talk about that. They put it on X. Follow them at the PWHL official on X, and they put it up there. It's a sharp logo. I retweeted it at our account, IESR Neutral Zone. If you haven't seen it yet, take a look. First of all, it's purple. Purple is a prominent color that they've got all throughout on theirs. And if you haven't seen it yet, I'll describe it a little bit here. You've got the whole thing is a W, but you've got the outer two portions, the outer two lines, if you will, look kind of like goalie pads, the leg pads. The inner two intersections, meanwhile, are hockey sticks with a puck in the middle there. It's a very sharp-looking logo. And the PWHL specifically had some stuff talking about it here. Quote from their X post. Our logo is made up of 6 distinct pieces portraying the 6 players on the ice and the league's first 6 teams. The primary color is purple, a color that signifies power and is often associated with ambition, both symbolic of PWHL players and the league's formation. The crossed hockey sticks in the central apex of the W provides the visual of a face-off. This element was chosen to illustrate a new beginning in women's hockey in the same way a face-off takes place at the beginning of every game. And they also then included a picture there where they were going through a few different ideas. The Yuntz Design Company helped them put this all together, and the picture they shared, they've got here, probably 20 or so different logos, different designs that they were going with. Some more simplistic, simply a hockey puck with PWHL taped on the outer rim of it. Others, just some block letters of PWHL. Some that look like banners. You've got some more exotic things where it's just hockey sticks and the puck in the middle, and the puck itself streaking down the ice. But then you can see the one that they picked and chose. They really did like that idea of having 2 sticks working together to form a W. As you can see, they've got quite a few designs where that's kind of what they were going for. They even have one that looks almost like the Wonder Woman logo in the middle of it there, where you have the 2 hockey sticks basically be upside down with each other and a little bit extra in the middle to create the W there. That very much reminds me of the Wonder Woman logo, which probably has something to do with part of why they didn't choose it, I would imagine. But all in all, it's a very, very sharp-looking logo. The purple is a great choice, color of royalty for sure. And it's my daughter's favorite color, so, there's that. There's a lot of purple in my house right now, so I'm going with that. But the PWHL, of course, they are going to be starting play here a little bit later this winter. Right now, teams in Boston, Minnesota, Montreal, New York, Ottawa, and Toronto. Their regular season is set to begin this January and will run through June, and then they'll have playoffs in a final format at that point. So it'll definitely be going on after the NHL is done. It'll definitely be going into the summer months. But we'll have more on the PWHL as it comes. But they officially released their logo today, and it looks sharp. I like it. It's a good good choice overall. I like how it looks. That's a nice look for them, and we'll have more, and we'll be following along with them, of course, as their season gets closer to happening. So, as we wrap up here on this Tuesday night, here in October, early in the season, lots of games going on. I promised that we would give a little bit of a recap. We had our third game go final during the break there. The Tampa Bay Lightning blanked the Carolina Hurricanes 3-0 to get their win tonight. A big win for them. Jonas Johansson, 32 saves to earn the shutout, and Tampa Bay's penalty killing unit was busy. 4 power play opportunities for Carolina, and Tampa Bay turned all of them away. 1 goal in each of the 3 periods of action. Braden Point had a goal and an assist ultimately for Tampa Bay. He opened the scoring and got what was ultimately the winning goal on the power play late in the first period. Other goal scorers tonight for Tampa Bay. You had Alex Beret-Boulet got a goal, and Nicholas Paul also got his 4th goal of the season in the third period. All the goals came fairly late in the periods. The final minute of the first period and the final 3 minutes of the second and third periods each. So Tampa Bay gets the win, improves to 3-2, improves on the season. Let me make sure that I have this right, because I realized that I may be getting it right. No, they are 3-2-2 on the season, so 8 points now on the season for the Lightning. The Hurricanes, meanwhile, fall to 3-4 on the season. Just 6 points in 7 games. Nothing else in any big risk of going final while we're on the air yet tonight. The New Jersey Devils are the closest ones, it looks like, to finishing up here, as they have just about 3 minutes left to go in the third, and that one, the Devils up 4-2 on the Canadiens. But nothing else should be finishing up yet tonight while we're on the air. The Rangers and Flames just are getting underway right now as well. And so even though there's 11 games active right now, we've got 2 more games coming up yet tonight. The Arizona Coyotes taking on the Los Angeles Kings in Los Angeles. And then the Philadelphia Flyers are going to try to knock off the undefeated champion Las Vegas Golden Knights. The puck will drop on that one in just a little over an hour. And to get you ready for that, coming up right after us, it is going to be Sin City Sports. Cale Henderson will get you ready for all things Vegas, all things Golden Knight hockey, as he will be coming on right after us here tonight here on IE Sports Radio. But that's going to do it for our show here tonight. You heard the horn. That will do it. Thanks again to our sponsor here at IE Sports Radio, the Planet Jerky Premium Brisket Beef Jerky, the jerky that's on a whole other planet. Check them out, planetjerky.net. Whatever flavor tickles your fancy, give it a try. You will enjoy it. Shout out and thank you also to Larry B., the head of IE Sports Radio, all the hard work that he does behind the scenes, keeping the station moving, keeping everything going, getting us all up and going. Finally, thank you for being here and listening tonight, whether it was live here on Spreaker.com or if you were listening later on in the week as a podcast, whether it was Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube, Apple, however you find us. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. We will be right back here, same time next week, Tuesday night, 9 o'clock Eastern time. Zach and I should both be back, have plenty to break down for you and everything going on in the hockey world. Coming up right after us, though, right at the top of the hour, it is Cale Henderson and Sin City Sports talking all things Las Vegas. I know he's disappointed with how his Raiders did over the weekend, losing to my Chicago Bears, but he can take solace in the fact that he will enjoy the fact that the Golden Knights are still undefeated, including a win over the Blackhawks in Chicago over the weekend, and he'll get you ready as the Golden Knights get ready to take on the Philadelphia Flyers. For IE Sports Radio, I am Adam Karnick. This is the Neutral Zone. Until next week, light the lamp, stay out of the penalty box, and remember to protect your 5-hole. We'll see you next week, everybody.